No matter how good looking, no matter how perfect your hair is, no matter how fit you are, no matter how perfect your skin is, these 7 things can instantly make you so unattractive. You know, I was thinking the other day, I was looking at some good looking person, male, female, doesn't matter for this story. And they did a certain thing that instantly made me turn off. It made me think, golly, that's an unattractive person. No matter how physically beautiful you may think you are, or that you actually are, there's 7 things that I can think of. Probably there's a lot more, but for the sake of keeping a video fairly short, there's 7 things that I came up with that people can instantly do to make themselves unattractive. And the opposite is true. When you hear these 7 things, if you don't do those or you do the opposite of that, you're making yourself extremely attractive. So let's just jump in. Here's number 1. The number 1 thing, and it's probably in no particular order, but this one really bothers me. Number 1 is bullying. If you know somebody that's good looking, they're fit, their hair is perfect, nice skin, everything's going for them, maybe independently wealthy, they're successful in their job. If they bully, totally unattractive. And by bullying, I mean anybody lesser than them, shorter than them, heavier than them, unattractive, maybe not as attractive as they are. Maybe it's a subservient. Maybe in the career, I'm up here. So somebody lower than me, I'm going to bully them. Or if I'm in a restaurant, you go to a restaurant with somebody good looking, if they're bullying the waitress or waiter, they're just snobbing them, not really giving them that time of day, and they're kind of just forcefully saying or bossing them around, not even looking them in the eye, not being respectful. Totally unattractive. Bullying can make the best looking person so incredibly ugly. You hear me? Number 2, laziness. Wow. Laziness is so unattractive. We like people that are doers and goers and achievers and make things happen and are goal oriented and keep a list and just do things, and they're assertive and they go out and do things. It doesn't matter at what level. If you're just working in the yard, I'm not even talking about career stuff, just life, cleaning your room, making your bed, keeping the kitchen clean, washing the dishes. Laziness is unattractive. So if that's you, it doesn't matter how cute you are. If somebody walks in your apartment or your house and they see a sink load of dishes or they see crap everywhere, stuff on the floor, your bed's unmade, they know that's a sign of laziness, and you become instantly unattractive. Don't be lazy. Number 3, we can all agree with this, cockiness. It doesn't matter, once again, how good looking, how beautiful, how elegant you are. If you're cocky, you're instantly unattractive. So if you're all that and you know it, and you come into a room knowing it, and you're cocky and you're arrogant and you're talking about your stuff all the time, anytime you dominate a conversation, you're letting the other person know they're not really that important, and you are cocky and you're all about yourself. They try to tell you something and you one up them. Your story's always better. Your job is always better. Your car is better. Your clothes are better. Your makeup's better. Whatever you have is always better than somebody else. Cockiness is crazy unattractive. The opposite of that is humility. So if you can just insert a little humility, it's much, much, much more attractive. If somebody finds out how successful you are through somebody else or inadvertently, like, wow, I knew that person for a month and I had no idea they were that successful. I had no idea they could paint like that. I had no idea they could sing like that. But if that's the first thing and you wear it on your shoulder and you're all cocky about it, giving your resume, if you're giving your verbal resume to somebody every time you talk to them, not attractive. It's so much cooler and so much more attractive if people find out later how wonderful you are. You don't have to tell them how wonderful you are. Cockiness is unattractive. Oh man, this is a personal pet peeve for me. Number 4, if you're late, if you're constantly being late to places, unattractive. It doesn't matter, once again, how beautiful you think you are. If you constantly have a pattern of showing up late, that is disrespect. You're letting the other person know, the other event, whatever you're going to, letting them know, hey, you're not that important. I really don't care. I've got better things to do. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. I was doing this. I was doing that. You're full of excuses. You're always late. So unattractive. Your friends may not tell you that to your face, but behind your back, you're building a pattern of super unattractiveness, and they are talking behind your back. Unfortunately, that's gossip and it's not good, but they are doing that because it's not attractive and they're scared to tell you that. Maybe they're scared to tell you. Just don't be late. Show up, show respect. Always get to some place 10 to 15 to 20 minutes early, depending on what all you need to do when you get there. If you've never been there, if you have to find a parking place, if there's a risk of traffic, I would plan for 30 minutes early. But if it's somewhere you've been before, parking's not a big deal. Hey, 10 minutes early, get there, show respect, be on time. And be on time is not being there when it starts. Being there before it starts is being on time. Don't be late. Don't be consistently late because it makes you crazy unattractive. You're not going to show up fashionably late. All your beauty, all your makeup, your hair's on fleek. You come in half hour late, everybody's already there, thinking you're going to make some grand appearance and you want the biggest audience to make the first impression. Ooh, we're going back to cocky again, aren't we? That means you're cocky. Just don't be late. It's not cute, it's unattractive, and it's disrespectful. Number 5 and number 6 kind of go hand in hand. They're based on insecurity, and it's how you express insecurity that makes you crazy unattractive. Now, insecurity in itself can be cute if you carry it the right way, and it can make you attractive to be that little wallflower. There's a certain way to carry yourself in insecurity that makes you crazy attractive. But when insecurity is coupled with gossip, and you're constantly talking about other people behind their back because you're insecure. Now, you won't admit it. You might not even know why you're doing it. But if you've got a pattern of talking to your friends about other people and you find yourself in every conversation, you find yourself almost getting adrenaline when you talk about other people, that's a sign of deep insecurity, and it's very unattractive, especially when you get multiple unattractive people together who are all insecure and they're all gossiping and they're just whirling it around. You put one healthy, normal person in there who's not insecure or knows how to wear their insecurity, and they're listening to that, they're looking around the room like, bunch of unattractive people. They are not making themselves look good by constantly putting down other people and constantly gossiping about other people's stuff, what they do, what they wear, where they work, how they look. Gossip. It's just not good and it's not attractive. And number 6, like I said, is insecurity as well, but it's expressing it through bashing. If you're insecure and you're constantly bashing other people, now gossip is not really bashing. Gossip is just like letting your whole conversation be controlled by talking about other people, what they do, how they did it. You're constantly gossiping. Can you believe that they did this? Can you believe that they wore that? Now, bashing is a little deeper. Bashing actually is coupled with coveting, jealousy. You're bashing other people. You're cracking on what they wore. You're cracking on how they talk, how they carry themselves, how heavy they are, how skinny they are, how short they are, how tall they are. Bash. When you bash other people, it makes you very unattractive. Don't let your insecurity go from a cuteness, what it could be, to a bashing super unattractiveness that you let it be, that you allowed it to be, that you let it manifest into. So always ask your friends these self-checks. Write down these 7 things that I'm giving you. And ask your close friends, now ones who you trust their opinion, the truth teller friends that you have. Ask them these 7 things. Am I this? Do I do this? Can I be this? Let them answer you and then work on yourself. Because if you want to be attractive, and I assume we all do, we want to be attractive, we want to be assertive, we want to be confident, we want to be humble, we want to be liked, we want to be leaders, we want to be funny, we want to be exciting, we want to be interesting. The way to be that is to not do these 7 things. So ask one of your truth-telling friends to let you know, am I any of these things? Can I do any of these things? Do I bash other people? Is my insecurity manifesting itself into bashing other people? Because I don't want to do that. If I do that, call me out. Let me know, hey, don't do that. You know what? They can't help it. That's just the way they are. It doesn't make you look any better by bashing them. Let's don't talk about them. Let's talk about something fun, something positive, something interesting, something optimistic, something hopeful. That's what you talk about. And the number 7 and final thing that makes you unattractive, no matter how glorious, handsome, beautiful you are, or you think you are, or maybe you physically are. Number 7, and all of these things can make you crazy ugly. Number 7 is being shallow, being surface, being self-important. So if you know people like this, you can call it out. But if you're this way, you might not even realize it. So when you answer, if somebody says, how are you doing? Fine. Good. How was your day? How's your friends? How's your job? Oh, it's good, man. Shallow. You're letting just shallow. That's not interesting. Dive deeper into your conversations, because it kind of does 2 things. Number 1, you're just a surface level talker. You never get anywhere. And you can go through your friend list and realize which ones are shallow and which ones are deep. The ones that are deep are super interesting. They're colorful. They're fun to be around. You love hearing their stories. You love diving deeper into their life because they're so telling you the details. Now that can go too far. You get people who are suckers and dumpers. They suck the life out of you and they dump their crap on you. You don't want to be a sucker or a dumper. So you can overdo it by being too deep. There's a fine line when you're talking to other people between surface talking and dumping on somebody. Find that middle ground where you're just interesting and you elaborate on your answers and you ask back. You always find out. You ping pong the question. So if somebody asks you something, you answer it and you ping it back to them. That makes you interesting. Always volley the conversation. Never find yourself talking so much about yourself that you walk away from a conversation and you can't answer this question. What 3 things did I learn about this person today? If you can't learn at least 3 new things from somebody when you're talking to them, you're not interesting at all. So don't be shallow. Allow yourself to be a little deep. The second thing that this does is it lets them know they're not that important. Maybe you're answering fine and you're looking around the room for somebody interesting that you want to talk to. You're letting them know they are not important to you when you're shallow. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, at least look them in the eye, give them the respect. You can bail out of the conversation if it's not somebody you want to talk to, but at least for that minute, give them respect, look them in the eye, answer their questions, and then find a way out of the conversation. You can do that as well, politely, respectfully, and with humility in you. But look people in the eye, give them a deeper answer, ping it back, ask them about themselves, because people sense that. They want to be your friend. They're trying maybe to fit into a room. They're in a situation where they're in a room. They're around a crowd. They're insecure. They find you. They see something common. Hey, I know you from work. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? If you're short answers and you're shallow and you're looking around the room, you are absolutely making yourself unattractive to them. Don't do that. So there you go. There's 7 things that beautiful people can do to make themselves crazy ugly. And the opposite is true. Find out these 7 things, do a self-check, realize if you do any of these things and stop doing them, do the opposite of them. And also do a self-check with your friends. If you have friends who are doing this, find a moment to be a truth teller and call them out in private. Don't turn it into a bashing thing. You turn it into a private, I love you, I respect you, and I'm only telling you this because I think you need to hear it. You're this, you do this. You need to stop doing that. When you do this, it makes you so unattractive. It says volumes about who you are, and it's not pretty. Don't do that. They will respect you later. It might sting and they might think it sucks there for the minute, but they're going to appreciate it later because you called them out. Maybe not. Maybe they're the kind of person that's just never going to change and you lost the friendship. Well, they weren't a friend in the first place. Maybe they were a toxic little element in your friend group that needs to go away anyway. Be a truth teller. Help them out. There you go. There's your self-check. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you watching my channel. Check out my other videos. I try to dump advice into you guys at least once a week or once every other week. And it's free. Enjoy. Tell your friends. See you later. Peace.